Okay, here we go. My fellow Americans, we live in a challenging and tumultuous time, a quickly evolving, ever more interconnected world, a rapidly changing economy, a fractured media, and a politics too frequently consumed by rancor. We face threats, foreign and domestic. In such times, our hope for the future can wane. Faith in our government, our institutions, and even in our country can erode. But despite these challenges, I stand here today confident in this great country for one reason: you, the American people. Because the American people have always been a forward-looking, problem-solving, optimistic, decent, and patriotic people. White, black, and brown, gay and straight, immigrant and native-born, disabled and non-disabled, Americans of all colors and creeds are exceptional in our commonly held yet fierce devotion to our country and in our willingness to sacrifice our time, energy, and even our lives to making it a more perfect union. In difficult times, I am still confident about our country because the American people always rise to the occasion. And we can gain strength from reading our history and listening to the voices of average Americans. They always save us in times of strife. One such American was Major Sullivan Ballou. On July 14, 1861, when the North and South were lined up for their first battle, a time when our country was bitterly divided and faith in the future of our country was at a nadir, Major Ballou of the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteers penned a letter to his wife, Sarah. It is one of the greatest letters in American history. It shows the strength and courage of the average American. Allow me to read some of his words, which echo through the ages. My very dear Sarah, he wrote, the indications are strong that we will move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write lines that may fall under your eye when I shall be no more. If it is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for my country, I am ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans on the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the Revolution. And I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to maintain this government and pay that debt. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me to you with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence could break. And yet, my love for country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly on with all these chains to the battlefield. Sullivan Ballou was killed a week later at the first battle of Bull Run. It is because Sullivan Ballou and countless others believed in something bigger than themselves and were willing to sacrifice it that we stand here in the full blessings of liberty, the greatest country on earth. And because that spirit lives on in each of us, Americans whose families have been here for generations and those who have just arrived, I know our best days are yet to come. I urge all Americans to read Sullivan Ballou's full letter. Ballou's words give me solace and strength, and I hope they will give some to you.